Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Superior Spider-Man. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Alright, taking a closer look at the front of the package here, you can see that this Spider-Man comes with a lot of stuff. Bunch of hands, some backpacks, extra head, bunch of arms in the back. This is that new style packaging. I really like this, celebrating 85 years of Marvel. Superior Spider-Man there on the side. Look at that artwork. It's so beautiful. There's no little write-up or bio on this particular Spider-Man, and that's okay. I feel like if you don't know what's going on, you could just Google it. But yeah, this package is beautiful. There's the bottom if you want to see it. So I'm excited. Let's get this thing cracked open and take a closer look at everything he comes with. Starting off with his accessories here, we do have two whip hands on horizontal hinges, and those look really nice. I like the black and the red on the inside of the palm. Looks nice. He has two of these like gripping, gesturing, like, you know, like snarling kind of hands, for lack of a better word. You know, kind of feels like he would be snarling when he has these hands, his hands in this particular position. He does come with two different backpacks. One is thicker than the other. One supports the arms coming out of the back, and one looks like they may be retracted. They both plug in with these three little prongs here. They look great. I love that there's one low profile one, and then one that's actual functioning. I think that's really cool. And then he comes with four of these long articulated arms. Now, I don't buy a lot of Marvel Legends and a lot of Marvel Legends Spider-Man, so I don't know if these are the same arms that came with like the other version that had like the gold arms. But we do have a hinge right here. We have a hinge and a swivel at this articulation point, so it does hinge and it does swivel there. And then we have two more of those. So these things have like three segment areas that can swivel and hinge, and then one that just has a hinge right at the base. I think you probably have to turn this around to get it to kind of compact down, but they're kind of like in this candy apple red plastic. You know, they're very shiny and reflective, and they look really good, and they're also really long. I wasn't expecting them to be this long. Again, I don't have the other figure to compare it to, but you know, like if you were to look at that, I mean, that's bigger than the figure itself. He does come with two heads, and I have to tell you, I love this head right here. It looks like it's got some sort of reflections or maybe some light in there. You know, these characters are drawn like this in the comic books. You know, Spider-Man does have like reflections on his eyes in the comics, and I really, really like this. I wish more figures came with this, because to me, this really just makes this head stand out even more. But if it's not for you and you like the full painted like white eye, you get one of those as well. And there's even like some pearlescent white to them, because they're very reflective. I hope the light is catching that and you can see it, but I'm glad they included both. Now, just getting the figure standing straight up and down right out of the package, this guy is really, really cool. Now, I have heard some people say that this is the Spider-Man that is based on the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man body. Now, I've never had that particular Spider-Man, so this is like my first chance of actually like getting my hands on it, if that's true. I really dig the proportions here. I think he looks kind of big and beefy, a little bit bigger and beefier than you would normally think a Spider-Man figure would be. But just taking a closer look at him, like I said, I love the proportions. I actually really dig this red and black suit with like the mismatched lines, and everything is kind of like misshapen and kind of misformed. I love these silver gauntlets down here around his arms with the little red button on them. I think they look really good. Fairly plain down on the legs, but we do have a red toe and a red heel. We have lots of articulation in there, and you can see there's some toe articulation as well. Speaking of that articulation, his head can go all the way up like that, about that far, which is really nice, really good for a Spider-Man. He can look down quite a ways, but he doesn't have a lot of tilt side to side, so you're not going to get a lot of that like kind of emoting Spider-Man head action going on there. The arms do go all the way out to the side and hit that T-pose no problem, which is really good. You can take these arms and go all the way around with them if you like. And he has a really nice butterfly joint that kind of continues like the the design across the shoulder. And for a Marvel Legend, that's pretty good. Like getting the arm that far across the chest, I'm here for it. It looks great. He's got an upper bicep swivel. He's got double jointed elbows, pinless elbows at that, which looks really nice. I think that's great. Nice little mix of like shiny black plastic and matte plastic. No upper gauntlet swivel, but we do have a hinge and swivel at the wrist. For the articulation at the ab, he can crunch forward about that far, which is really nice. And he can go back an absurd amount, like ridiculous. Like, okay, his back is broken. They do continue the design there on the front. It kind of stops about right there, but you know, you don't want to go that far back. He does have a full swivel at the waist. Do we have any drop down here with the legs? The legs can go all the way forward about that far, can go out about that far. And oh, we do have some drop down. Check that out. Look how far down that leg comes out. So you drop it down, you can go a little far forward than normal. You can go out to the side about that far. Can't really go back that far. We do have an upper thigh swivel, which is nice. Double jointed pinless knees. You can go back about that far, which is not bad for a Marvel Legend. We've seen better on some imports, but not bad for Marvel Legend. We do have an upper thigh or an upper boot cut. We have the hinge and forward-facing pin down there for your foot to rock back and forth, and we have some toe articulation, which for this Spider-Man, I'm here for. I'm not a big fan of toe articulation, but in this case, I don't mind it when it's Spider-Man. Now let's pop on this little low-profile backpack here. It plugs in very nicely. It's very clean. It's that shiny plastic to match the arms, and it looks really cool. I dig that little smaller backpack look. But I do want to pull this off. Is it going to be easy to come off? There we go. Butterfingers. Let's get that out of the way, and let's pop on the one that holds the arms, and let's see like how easy it is to pop these arms on and see what we can do here. So we're going to plug one in right here, see if we can get that in all the way, and maybe we rotate it up like that. There we go, so that we can kind of bend these downward a little bit. There we go. That looks nice. And let's pop the other ones in. And there you have it. There they all are. And he is looking pretty menacing. That looks incredible. Man, I really dig this figure. He looks so good. Let's check this guy out. Let's get him into some poses and see how he poses up. Oh man, this guy is having a lot of fun on my shelf. This guy can get into a lot of positions for a $25 Marvel Legends figure. I guess if you guys don't know the story between, about Spectacular or about Superior Spider-Man here, is that Peter Parker's body was taken over by the mind of Dr. Octopus, and so this is Dr. Octopus's mind inside of Peter's body, and that's why we have these arms going out. But yeah, he does look great. He poses up well with these arms and all these attachments and the different hands and the different heads. There's so many poses that you can get this guy in, so much fun that you can have with him. Like I said, I mean, you typically don't get this much stuff, all of these accessories, and this much posability out of a $25 Hasbro mass market figure. It's just simply not done. It's not a normal thing. And I think that's probably why this particular Spider-Man is kind of hard to find now. You know, people are picking him up in stores, but he's pretty much sold out everywhere. Some places still have him as coming soon, but he is kind of hard to find. I got super lucky and checked one of my local stores and to give them a number, and they were able to like go in the back and pull it for me. And so thank you to that associate who did that. I really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.